My name is Randy Bigley. Joining me on the podcast today, we're going to talk about the Copper Kettle Works, and James Patrick's with me, and then Stephen Knapp from the Copper Irons is hanging around too today. So good morning.
Good morning.
Copper Kettle Works. How long has that been around?
148 years.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, wow. It's got to be one of the oldest businesses in town, isn't it?
Yeah, it's I think maybe the third or fourth oldest. Yeah.
Is there many places around that do what you guys do?
Not that I know of. I believe that there's one over in Virginia that makes copper kettles.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So when did you take over?
I took over 2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very neat. It's in the same location it's been too,
Yeah,
right?
148 years, same location. So
What's a little bit of the
same family as well.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What's a little bit of the history of the Copper Kettle?
Well, Daniel Picking and Jacob Geiger started a hardware store in 1863, and this area they had to go all the way to Lancaster, Pennsylvania to pick up any kind of copper products. So what they ended up doing 10 years later is building the kettle. They started building in 1873, finished in 1874.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, very cool. And it's been
Pretty much been the same family since 2015.
That doesn't usually happen.
No. Longevity in the family.
So what all you guys do there?
We make apple butter kettles. We've been doing a lot of repairs and Tiffany shells. We've been doing quite a bit of that. Since I've taken over, me and the guy that's been there, Rex Bittner, he's been there for 34 years. We've really started to master different size Tiffany shells, and we really got an edge on that. So
How did you get started in all this?
I was an underwater welder, ship salvager for about 8 years.
Okay.
And then I come back home. I still work over at Timken, got a job there, and then I was doing like blacksmithing and welding projects for farmers, various farmers around New Washington area. And one of them sent me over there to the kettle, and I fell in love with the place as soon as I got in there. So, and then Steve Schiffer, the previous owner, we hit it off pretty good, and just kept showing up and worked out good.
Awesome, man. That place looks about the same as it did
It does.
150 years ago, right?
Yeah. So I think any changes that we're going to be doing is adding on to the back.
Okay.
The building used to extend all the way to the back alley, and they tore it down in the 1930s, and I'd like to have that rebuilt and then have like an education center in the one room. So like say if you're wanting to pick up welding or learn blacksmithing, instead of making that financial leap, you can at least come over and check it out and see if you even want to do it. And then in the very back room we'd have like a gift shop.
Okay.
And we also do tours. So when we start out in the front office, that's pretty much where everything began. Then you'd end up all the way to the back gift shop. Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah. Excellent. So and what do they call you're called a copper what?
Coppersmith.
Coppersmith. Yeah.
I'm still learning.
Yeah.
It's only been like 2.5 years, I'd say. I'm still learning. I think you're always going to learn.
Sure.
Steve Schiffer has done it for like 44 years.
Oh wow.
And he'd still learn stuff, and it's
So
nice having.
How do you become a coppersmith? How does that determine you're a coppersmith?
Oh, I guess when you can, at least for over there, you start, with a blank sheet of copper, and then you finish it out into a kettle all by yourself. So
It's not easy.
No, it doesn't sound like
I've
it.
done a couple little projects and they didn't turn out very good.
Right. So it takes a lot of work.
To learn.
A lot to learn, a lot of talent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's a few different ways of doing it too. So it's kind of like welding and fabricating. If you mess up, you can cut it out and
Sure.
fix it and move on. I mean, everybody's going to make mistakes, doing it. I've made my fair share of mistakes, and
Yeah.
you just got to learn how to adjust fire. So
I even saw where you guys make like ladles and stuff out there too, right? Wow.
Yeah, we've been doing that for a while, and they're pretty popular. Yeah. Here, well, let me start it this way.
Yeah.
So we've been out of copper for like I'd say almost a year, 7 months to a year.
Wow.
And this week we're going to be getting a regular shipment of copper finally. So what we've been doing from that time without copper is doing repairs. We started up a Facebook page, and the Amish people down like Arkansas and all around, they've been sending kettles in to get repaired.
Oh, wow.
That's really been helping us out, along with candy companies and redoing Tiffany shells and whatnot. So that's been keeping us afloat.
Yeah.
And then here in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be working on some historic stills for a distillery down in north of Dayton. They were built in 1822.
Okay.
And they've had a few people try to replicate them. And I guess, it's, when you have a modern shop,
Yeah, right.
you don't have that, like the tools of the past. So we have the tools of the past, and then we can modernize as well. And that kind of gives us a big edge as far as replicating the old stills made back in 1800s. So.
Do you offer tours or anything there? If somebody's
We
interested?
do.
Yeah.
Fortunately, we had to start charging for tours, but they're $10, and then $10 a person, and then you get a little copper coin with our logo on it. So,
very cool. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. What a unique place. I mean, like I said, there's not many. Like you said, you're about only maybe 2 in the whole world, probably. Your country.
That I know of.
Yeah.
So, but I've been trying to reach out and travel a little bit to find other facilities like this one, and we get a lot of people from like Canada, Mexico, or at least we talk to them, and then I ask everybody that comes through, hey, have you ever seen a shop like this before? And if so, where? And, but nothing too much. So.
I was going to say there was probably not much.
Yeah, it's just all like historical centers and stuff. So.
Very cool. Where are you located at?
119 South Walnut Street, Bucyrus, Ohio. Right here in town.
So
right
yeah.
off the square.
Yeah, not very far from where we're at right here.
Yeah, right. Yeah, short walk.
Steven, you want to talk about the copper irons at all?
Sure. We still moving forward. We have the mobile units ready to go. So if anybody's interested in running our mobile unit, we can bring it to your backyard barbecue. We can bring it to your business for customer appreciation or employee appreciation day. Festival. You're having Crestline is having a Freedom Fest. They showed interest possibly in having us come over for that.
Great.
We're not going to necessarily travel festivals, but if it's something special, we'll be more than interested to come over. So that's good. It's our slow time right now, so don't forget we have an air-conditioned building. When it gets hot out, come in, throw some axes with us. Dora starts July 1st in Bucyrus. So, if you can now grab a drink at one of the establishments that sell alcohol in town and then bring it to our business so you could have a drink while you throw axes.
Very cool. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. If nobody's ever tried it, it's a good time. I had a good time out there. So a lot of fun, a lot of great, for bring the whole family out or whatever. If you have relatives in, something unique to do.
Absolutely.
Very cool. And your place is neat. I think people, once they get in there, will enjoy.
Yes. It's very historic as well.
Yeah.
The building's been around. It is one of the oldest buildings in town.
Wow.
Started in 1841.
Yeah.
Then it was Wise Furniture from 1845 all the way up to I think in the 70s and 80s. So,
oh wow.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. And where are you located at?
Just drew a blank there. Caught me off guard. 215 South Sandusky Street in Bucyrus.
What hours are you open over there?
Yeah, we're open Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday 5 to 10, Saturday 2 to 10, and Sunday noon to 4.
Cool. And when are you open? Well, how do you do tours with the Copper Kettle Works?
So right now we're just open 8 to 4:30 Monday through Friday. But eventually I would like to open up on weekends, at least Saturdays. I also do like a lot of traveling, blacksmithing. I travel to different like historical societies and whatnot. So if I can maybe wean away from that and just be over here at the kettle more often, I'd like to start tours on Saturdays.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that. All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for coming in today.
Appreciate it.